Hello and welcome. We have already covered two lectures on while loop, but still some of the things has been left. So today we are going to complete those concepts in this lecture. If you remember, we talked about while loop, and while loop has some sections. Every looping techniques has some section. So what are the different sections? The first section is initialization. Second section, you need to specify a condition with the help of while loop, and finally you have to specify the increment or decrement part, so that whatever statement you want to execute multiple times, it will be executed according to this condition. So for an example here, this statement which is enclosed in this box will be executed 3 times, because we have initialized I is equal to 0, and this condition will be satisfied for 0, 1 and 2, and when this I value will be increased to 3 less than 3, the condition becomes false. We can come out of this loop. And how this I value will be incremented? This will be incremented by the help of this statement, and we know that the body of the while loop is this. Okay, this part we have already discussed. I will send the link, or I will send the link in the comment section, as well as a I button will be present over in the corner of this video. When you click on this I button, you will get the link of the previous two video on while loop, so you can watch it over there. After you watch that video, if you come and try to understand this one, it will be much easier for you. Well, so in this lecture what I am going to cover is I am going to cover something like this. We are generally writing I is equal to I plus 1. Generally we are incrementing the I value by 1, or we are writing I is equal to I minus 1. So we are decrementing the I value by 1. Is not it? So can it be possible that we can increase the value of I multiple times or more than one time? So it is possible. So let me show you something over here. Suppose I want to increase the value of I over here 2 times, okay, but still I want to execute it for 3 times these statements. So if I write something here, I'll initialize I with 0, and instead of writing I is equal to I plus 1, if I'll write I equal to I plus 2, then whether the system will show you any error or the compiler will show you any error? No, it will not show you any error. It will execute fine. If you run this program, you can easily see the output is coming only 2 times. It is coming. Why it is 2 times the outputs are coming? Because it is increased by 2. So for 0, for I equal to 0, this condition gets satisfied. 0 is less than 3, so 1 time this is getting printed. Okay, and when this line gets executed, I will be increased by 2. So in the next time I becomes 2, so 2 is less than 3, the condition again satisfied. So the second time these things will be printed. And after executing this 2 line, then when it comes over here, I is increased by 2, so this I becomes 4 now. So 4 is less than 3, the condition becomes false. That is why it is displaying only 2 times. Okay, so the objective of creating this video is to show you we cannot only increase the value of I by 1 or decrementing the value of I 1, we can also increase it or decrease it by 2 or 3 or 4, it may be, but is depending upon the user's need. Well, besides that, some other things that we are going to discuss today on while loop will be, let's say I will write something here. Suppose this is the statement. This statement is showing what? This statement is the statement that we want to execute for multiple times. So instead of writing this line, if I write just the things something like this, printf, then %d, I'm giving a space so that the numbers will be printed in a spaced manner. So then I'll write I over here. So similarly, instead of writing I is equal to I plus 1, I can write I plus 2, I can write I plus 1. Now what do you know what is the output of this program? It is simple. Because I am trying to print the value of I, so whatever the value of I at that moment of time, so that will be displayed. So obviously this will display 0, 1 and 2. Let me show you. If you want to display, it will display 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so how it is displaying, I think you are able to understand it, because I is initialized with 0, 0 is less than 3, print the value of I, that is 0, then I is equal to I plus 1, which is 1, then go to this step, I becomes 1, 1 is less than 3, print the value of I, that is 1, then increase the value of I by 1, then go to this step, 2 is less than 3, print 2, then increase the value of I, which is 3, 3 is less than 3, the condition becomes false. So this is how the things are getting printed. Well, so this is the simplest way to print 0 through 2. If somebody will ask you, I want to print the number from 1 to 10, so what will be the changes in this particular program? So what you are going to do is you will initialize I with 1 because you want to print I from 1 to 10. So obviously if you want to print the value of value up to 10, then it should be written as I is less than equal to 10, because when the I reaches 10, then that should be satisfied, then only the I value getting printed. Okay, so if you do so, you can easily notice, if you want to print this value, you can notice the output is 1 to up to 10. Got my point? In similar manner, if somebody will ask you print the number from 1 to 20, so you can easily write 20 over here. If you want to print the value from 10 to 30, so what you are going to change, you need to initialize the I value as 10, then you need to write I is less than equal to 30. Okay, so you can easily, if you print this value, then automatically from 10 to 30 the numbers getting printed. So quite simple one. Okay, now we can also include some of the conditions inside the while loop so that different programs can be solved or different problems can be solved. Like if somebody will ask you, I want to print the even numbers present in between 30 to 95, let's say in between 30 to 95, how many, means what are the different even numbers present. So how to do that? We know that if I'll write 30 to 95, so I'll initialize it with 30. Okay, then I want to print it up to 95, so I'll take 95 as the stopping condition. Okay, so if I'll print a percentage di only, then what will happen? It will print all the numbers between 30, 31, 32, 33 and so on. It will print up to 95. But what is our requirement? Our requirement is we have to print the number which is even. So how do we know that something is even or odd? We know that whenever a number is divisible by 2, then we can say it is an even number. So we have already solved it in if statement itself. So what I'm going to do is I will use that if statement inside the while loop to find out all the even numbers. Like this, if I'll write if, because I'm going to print I value, before I'm printing it, before this line will print the value of I. So before I'm trying to print this value, if I'll check whether I is even or odd, that is enough for my output. So what I'm going to check is I'll write I is double equal to, sorry, I percentage 2. We know that percentage symbol is used for finding out the remainder. So if I percentage 2 is double equal to 0, that means if whenever I am trying to divide I value with 2 and we get a remainder as 0, then obviously that I am going to print. All other I value has to be skipped. That means I am not going to do anything for that. That is why there is no else statement. So you can easily notice the even numbers is getting printed over here. So you can see, if I run this code, you can easily notice we can find the even numbers only, that like 30, 32, 34, 36, 38 and so on. So in up to 95, so whatever the even numbers are present, that is getting displayed on the screen. Okay, so this is a simple program to show you how to find out even number between a range. Now you can take the range from any number. So if somebody will ask you how to find out the range, means here the ranges are fixed 30 and 95. If somebody will tell you, if I want to find out a range of even numbers between 1 and 100, or somebody will ask you what is the even number present in between range 25 and 75, so there should be an option, the user should give the lower range and higher range. So how to do that? You can easily specify something like this. You can take two variable for showing the lower range LR, let's say, then higher range HR, let's say. Okay, so from this you can take the input from the user, printf, enter the lower and the higher range. Okay, so you can ask the user something like this, right? Then what you are going to do is scanf percentage d and then percentage d comma and percentage lr comma and percentage hr. So this is how you are going to take the lower range and higher range. So you need to specify the I value, means you I value need to be started from where? Obviously the lower range. So you need to write L I is equal to LR, and I should not declare the I value variable over here. We can declare the I variable over here. So I'll initialize the I value as LR. Then I will goes up to what? It is not going up to 95. It should be goes up to HR, higher range. So now it is a generalized program. So you can find all the even numbers between any range. Okay, so that's all. Everything will be counted fine. So if you run this code, if you see, it is asking about what is the lower range, what is the higher range. Suppose I am trying to find out 25 and 75. This is the lower range is 25, 75 is the higher range. They can notice all the even numbers between 25 to 75 is getting displayed, right? So this is how you are going to solve the problems given with while loop. So there are several programs can be possible with while loop. I will take some of the programs in the next video itself. So if you will able to understand while loop in a proper manner, then it is quite easy to make you understand other looping techniques or loop control structure. So stay tuned for the next video. We will be meeting within 1 or 2 days. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.